Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Thursday's What Map. BonBon here, how you doing? Now I hope you like islands, because today's map has got plenty of them. The name of the map is slightly confusing as well, which we'll get to anyway. But if you follow the series very carefully, you'll know that today isn't just any old day, it's Thursday, which means it's Throwback Thursday. And today's map is from the dusty archives of the workshop. So let's have a look. It's 7th Island by EyeSketch. Why 7th Island? I haven't quite worked out. Maybe it says 7th Island map and the first one they uploaded. Don't know. Anyway, tropical vanilla theme. No specific LUT required. Here's the Steam Workshop page, of course. A couple of all areas purchasable and all tiles start. Hey, if you're going to do that, get the 81 tile mod, which is obviously newer than the map, hence it doesn't appear on the requirements list. Now the roads, a little bit of road drift there. I will say we are looking at an old map, so we're going to expect some old standards. Okay, some old standards rail over the road there. We'll see a lot of that in this map. A slightly janky entrance to the bridge there, a little bit janky. A little bit on the steep side getting up there, didn't even really need to be raised to do it. Pylons aren't quite aligned, but they're not bad. It's not a bad bridge, specifically for its age. And then rail over road again, and now this next bridge, which is quite nice in every respect apart from the slope, which is fine, it works. Why am I whinging, eh? Just a bit of a fantasy map, so I think we can suspend some disbelief there. It actually wasn't a bad bridge. Rail over road again, and then more jankiness on the right hand highway here. Left one's not too bad. We've seen better, but bit of a dip there, and a little bit of a mess, that entrance there. But other than that, the bridge is pretty much aligned. Then we've got elevated highway around, but not quite parallel at this point, which is a shame because it was going so well at that point. Once again, perfectly fine bridge, and then we're out to the other side. Coming up towards the start square now, and as start squares go, EyeSketch has basically picked the right location. Okay, look at that. Nice planning, nice work, good thinking, everybody's happy with that one. This bridge isn't too bad. Like I say, we are talking early days, so back in the day that would have been a perfectly good bridge. A little bit of a steep downer by today's standards, but not too bad. Rail over road again. Say don't mind rail over road, but the rail over the road in this particular map isn't the greatest, okay? And here, this is actually pretty poor here. Is that too low, do you think, on the left there? In the slow lane. Fortunately, all the traffic is staying out of the lane. So what we'll do is we'll plop down our prop truck just to check. I'm trying to get it lined up nicely. Be nice to get a bit closer. Slap bang middle of the lane there, about right, yeah, do you think? Let's see if we can get in a bit closer. Let's go down to walking. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that is too low, isn't it? That's no good. No good at all. And very easy to fix. But, yeah, problem. Okay, right, let's head back to rolling view. Intersection here, the main intersection joining the highways. That goes to the fog that way. So we'll go this way because we're going to climb the mountains. Not all of them. We're not going to climb every mountain, and I know you're expecting me to sing, and I'm not going to do it. Oh, it's so hard! It's so hard! No, maintain your dignity, BonBon. Maintain your dignity. up, and yeah, basically it's a zigzaggy road climbing you up the mountain and then off towards the fog, which is fine. Okay, so we're right up high now. Not much atmosphere up here. And then to the rail. Now the rail, I'm not going to go on and repeat over it, but rail over road. We're going to discuss it once. Okay, it's not good. It's not clever. The trains are going to struggle, so we will not. We won't go on too much about it because this will be a bit too repetitive. I feel. I do feel. We go down the hill. The gradients are a little steep, but once again, fantasy map. We will suspend disbelief. Elevated, 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 down to ground there. Which, elevated here. Bit of a dip, and then elevated again. Now here, that could have been a straight line right across, I think. Nice straight line, instead of having to dip down and come back up again. And then here, more or less, yeah, a bit of a dip on the way there. That goes off towards the fog, high fog, sea of fog. And now this is our slightly too low bit of rail here. And then we'll follow the route that we took before. And then up and over, up, and down, and then up again immediately. Now once again, that could have stayed elevated all the way across there. It would have been more realistic. Once again, fantasy map, we can suspend some disbelief. Oh, bit of a dip here. Because of the riverbank, and then we're coming down to flat land there, there's an even bigger drop than normal. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, carry on. Keep on rolling. And then we've got, perfect bridge. Finally, a perfect bridge. There was no reason to raise it or drop it. And again here, perfect bridge, nice bit of sloping down on the other side. Not perfect, but still good. We've got the split here. Now, if we go left, I think, up and over again. And then this one, we've gone elevated. It's janky there again. And, oh, and there's no way any carriage is going to make that. Unless it's made out of rubber. And across, we're elevated. We're coming back down to ground. And then we're going elevated again back to the land. Now that I don't really understand. I don't see the purpose of that. You know, highway possibly going that way, but what's the point of the rail? Once again, elevated, level, elevated, could have stayed elevated all the way. Elevated down to ground, joins back up with the main line, and then we've got why now this is a nice smooth slope here. That's not bad, especially for the day. But did it need to go elevated? The last couple of rail bridges were flat, so I don't really understand why we had to go up for that one. I don't even understand why we have to cross the highway here, because that goes off to the fog and it could have stayed on the other side. I suppose it means that you could put a station and do some build plane, I don't know. Guess what? It's asset review time. Right, today, rather than talk about the asset, which is floating Cessna Seaplane by Czardus, I'm going to tell you a little joke. There's a jumbo jet in a plane hangar, and underneath the jumbo jet's wing is a small two-seater Cessna aeroplane. And the Cessna looks up and says, "Mummy, am I ugly?" And the jumbo jet looks down and goes, "No, darling, you're just a little plane." Insert tumbleweed here. Floating Cessna Seaplane by Czardus, lovely plane, nice little asset, floating in a little pond on Asset Corner. And that is today's asset and joke of the day. Don't expect any more jokes. They're as bad as my singing. And back to 7th Island by EyeSketch. Shipping routes. There's plenty of them. They're pretty useful. They'll be well thought out. Nothing going cross country. I like them. Water flow. We've got a bloody great big waterfall here. you're going to be expecting water movement, and there is water movement indeed. If we'll head off this way, let's see how far out the water keeps carrying. So it's if we go left this way, it's tapering out about this point. No, it's still kind of moving. And then this way, there's some movement here. If we go over to the other side of the map, no movement there. No movement. A little movement here as well. So that's through the islands. There's water movement, which is good. You can plop down your sewage outlet anywhere. Pretty much the 25 tiles are covered, but after that it gets a little bit sludgy. Now the terraforming skills, some of the mountains feel a little bit digital, if I'm honest with you. Just could have done with a little bit of smoothing or a little bit more time on them. But they are mostly for display, for show, for backgrounds, you see. Got beaches, beaches, beaches. The islands are buildable. They're not very flat, which is going to give you a little bit of time to think and plan and do a little bit of terraforming to make your city pop. But the islands are very nice. They're good shape, they're good sizes, and mostly there's build plane on most of them. You know, this one's a little bit skinny. Now onto the mainland here. Now that's a good looking island, good looking islands in the river delta. Once again, you could do some building there, I guess. They're a bit rocky, those ones. Looking for a BonBonB island. Not really my sort of map to be living on, I think. It's I don't feel it's not in terms of, I mean, possibly build a city on this. Now here, I like this one. This one's quite nice. But I don't want a mansion on this one. Make that a nature reserve. I'd be quite happy with that. And now let's have a look. Yeah, there's your river again. There's your build planes. Now, this is where your main city's going to build here. Right. Here, and across the river is your start square. And plenty of room to get stuck in, I think. Plenty of room. And we cruise around this way. I wonder what's up the top there. That's your waterfalls. So I suppose if we head off that way and have a quick look up the top. Yeah, there's a bit of room for building around here. Not too much. We'll cruise over this way. Now up here, it's not really meant to be used. It is outside of the 25 tiles, which is the recommended unlock. But if you've got the 81 tile, you can build up here. Bridge across the river. Plenty of build space up here. And you're going to have a hell of a view of the city. Just don't fall off the don't fall off the cliff, okay? Right. Anyway, we'll booze around this way because although it's not meant to be used, there's plenty of trees up here, so it's partly decorated. Feels a bit like a blanket. It's not a lot of time since spent working on that, but that's fine because the islands are quite aesthetic. So, aesthetically speaking, I'm not unhappy with this map, okay? It is old, it is a little bit dated, but even so, I like the design. I'll give that 4 stars. Detailing, yeah, I can't go crazy on this one. The roads and the rail, a bit shocking in places, 2 stars there. Gameplay potential, everything you need is here. And although it's not to my taste, I would give this 3 stars. Actually, I don't see any reason why it can't have a 4th star. So gameplay potential 4 stars also. 7th Island by EyeSketch, our Throwback Thursday map of the day. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Oh, there'll be another map along tomorrow. We're near at the end of the week, aren't we? Hey? Nearly at the end of the week. Don't forget to join me on Patreon, where all the latest news and updates and specials are there. Most of the base information is free, so why not join me? Be fun. See you then.